Very good morning to all of you, my dear students. Today we are going to explore photosynthesis in plants little further. Okay, in this particular class, we will explore factors affecting photosynthesis and what are the significance of photosynthesis. So, without wasting any time, let us continue. First of all, we can see here that the factors that affect photosynthesis. What are those factors which affect photosynthesis? So, the very first factor which comes here is that light is the most prominent factor of photosynthesis because it is the source of energy from which photosynthesis is done, okay, which is converted into chemical energy. This is the only source. So light is an important factor of photosynthesis. The duration, quality and intensity of light affects photosynthesis. Increase in light increases the rate of photosynthesis. This is important, my dear students. When we have less light, I mean the days when which are foggy and cloudy, when the planet receives less light, then there is less photosynthesis, and on a bright sunny day the rate of photosynthesis is more, okay, on a bright sunny day. Next thing is carbon dioxide. It is also a very important factor of photosynthesis because it is the source of carbon which is present in the glucose or starch, okay. So carbon dioxide is available in the atmosphere, as we all know. Increase in carbon dioxide concentration increases the rate of photosynthesis. Just like light, as the concentration of carbon dioxide increases in atmosphere or around the plant, the rate of photosynthesis also increases. This is so obvious. Okay. Next is temperature. The optimum temperature of photosynthesis is 20 to 30 degrees C. Actually, it is 0 written here by mistake. It's 30 degrees C. Okay. So the optimum temperature of photosynthesis is 20 to 30 degrees C. What is the optimum? Not optimum. What is the room temperature? Which temperature has been decided as the room temperature across the globe? It's 25 degrees C. So 25 degrees C is the room temperature. That means average temperature. So 5 degree plus or minus is taken as the optimum temperature of photosynthesis. That means 20 to 30 degrees C. Okay. Slight increase in temperature leads to decrease in the rate of photosynthesis as the chemicals involved in the process gets distorted. Okay, so it is quite necessary that the temperature is maintained between this range. If slightly the temperature is increased, the rate of photosynthesis decreases. Okay, so it is important to maintain the rate at this. Water is also very important. Just like any other organism, water is also very important for plant and in turn for photosynthesis. Reduced water availability closes the stomata through which carbon dioxide is taken in. Reduce the rate of photosynthesis, because carbon dioxide is very important for photosynthesis and it comes in through stomata, and when there is a lack of water in plants, the plant is unable to open their stomata. How, we will see later in this class only, that what is the relation between stomata and water. Okay, we will see just now, but for now you can understand that water is very important for proper functioning of stomata. Okay, and if water is not sufficient, then stomata will be closed and less carbon dioxide will be available to the plant for photosynthesis. Hence, the rate of photosynthesis will decrease again. Okay, let's move further and see what is stomata. So, stomata, my dear students, you already know that carbon dioxide gas required for photosynthesis is taken in through the stomata. Moreover, oxygen gas evolved during photosynthesis is also released into the atmosphere through the stomata. Each stomata is surrounded by two kidney-shaped guard cells. The inner wall of the guard cell is thick and the outer wall is thin. The light green colored wall is called stomata. Okay, this is stomata. Okay, and these are guard cells and this is stomata. Okay, and these are guard cells. So the black portion present here is stomata, and these cells, the green cells, are guard cells. rather. Okay, so the whole structure is called stomata, but if we talk about in particular, the cells which are light green in color are guard cells, and the cells which are surrounding are some other plant cells. Okay, but the whole structure is called stomata, but if we talk about the particular cell, it is called guard cell. Okay, how they help to do these things, as we can see in this picture, oxygen is taken, carbon dioxide is taken in, and water and oxygen is evolved through it. Okay, this way it looks. If we look closely in a plant, this is how it looks. These are some other plant cells, epidermal cells, and the circular structures. These circular structures are called stomata. These are stomata. These cells, the cell which is surrounding the inner hole is called guard cell. Okay, and the inside hole, this one is stomata. This hole is stomata, but the pore is mainly referred as stomata, and the surrounding cell is referred as guard cell. Okay, now let's see opening and closing of stomata. Okay, what is opening and closing of stomata? As you can see here in this picture, on the left hand side, the figure A is the image of a open stomata where the guard cells are open, and on the right side, the picture B is a closed stomata. Okay, so how this happens, we will see. During the day, water from the neighboring cells enters the guard cell. This causes the outer thin layer to bulge out and pulling the thick inner wall. Okay, thus opening the stomata. Okay, and in the day, during the night, water from the guard cells move out into the adjoining cells. This causes the thick inner wall to become straight, during thus closing the stomata. So it is very common thing that during the day, when the stomatas are open, what happens is that water moves in to the guard cell, and as we know that outer cell, as we can also see in this picture also, that the outer cell here, the outer cell, my dear students, this side is thin, but the inner one is thick. Okay, isn't it? Okay, so what happens is that when water moves in, it swells, and when it swells, whenever it let's say we have a balloon. Okay, how is it walls? Its walls are very loose, easily movable, but when we fill air inside it, it swells, and then its walls becomes very stiff, isn't it? Similarly, similar type of thing can be seen in here stomata also. When in the day plant, the leaves are like this. Okay, leaves are like this, they are open, and hence the pores are, let's say these are stomata, so we can see these are open. But in the night, what happens, the leaf water is less available and the leaf shrinks little bit. When this shrinks, what happens, stomata gets closed. Similar type of action can be seen in leaves. The stomata is always present on the lower part of the leaf, never on the upper part of the leaf. Okay, always on the lower part of the leaf, so it shrinks when the plant have less water. And this is also one reason why plants leaf becomes like this when they have when they get start drying. Okay, because to conserve water. Okay, to conserve water, when leaves are fallen like this, they have less water, and when they have abundant water supply, they are very bold and stiff like this, and their stomatas are open. So this is how guard cell works. Water swells and they become tight and they become rounded, and hence a pore is opened, and when water is less, they become loosey and they get attached to both the sides, and the stomata is in turn closed. Okay, now let's see the fill in the blanks which are given in our book. Here are them. First question is, dash is evolved during photosynthesis. What is evolved during photosynthesis? Oxygen. Okay, chlorophyll is present in plants. Which part of the plants? Especially the chloroplasts. Food preserved in plants, they are stored, food prepared by plants is stored as starch. Okay, dash solution is used to test the presence of starch. Definitely iodine, we have seen a lot of experiments. Increased carbon dioxide concentration, dash the rate of photosynthesis. Tell me, what will be it, increase or decrease? Definitely increase, because carbon dioxide is a very active ingredient of photosynthesis. Hence, more carbon dioxide, more photosynthesis, more light, more photosynthesis, more water. Good, not more water, sufficient water is only it is needed for, but less water then less photosynthesis, but not more water more photosynthesis, not like that, because more water may have some other side effects. Okay, and more temperature, less photosynthesis. Okay. Okay, now let's see the few significance of photosynthesis. What are the significance? Green plants are the only organisms that produce food on their own during the process of photosynthesis. This much we know. They are therefore known as producers. That's why they are called producers, because they produce their own food. Okay. Okay. The food prepared by plants is used for their own growth and maintenance. The extra food is stored in different parts of the plant body. Okay. Why will they prepare food for someone else? They prepare food from themselves. Okay. Plants depend on green part plants. Animals depend on green plants directly or indirectly for food and utilize the food for their growth and development. All animals consume the food stored in plants to survive. Okay. All animals, what do we eat? We can eat only the plants, nothing else. Plants or other animals which have in turn eaten the plant. Okay, so we can eat only plant. We can't eat any non-living thing. So animals are termed as consumers. We are consumers. We can consume. We cannot make food by photosynthesis. Along with providing food, green plants help in maintaining the maintaining the oxygen carbon dioxide balance in the atmosphere. Along with providing food, they also helps in maintaining the oxygen carbon dioxide, but because we are continuously taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide, so they take in carbon dioxide and gives us back oxygen. Okay, by for and maintain the level of carbon oxygen balance in the atmosphere. Green plants release oxygen gas into the atmosphere during the process of photosynthesis. This much we know. Oxygen is an essential gas without which living organisms will not be able to survive. Not all the living organisms, animals. Okay, animals will not be able, because plants are surviving. Okay, actually plants also, because although they make oxygen, that's why we can say this, but if oxygen is not made in plant, then also plants need oxygen for respiration. Okay, without oxygen no one can survive. Okay, almost all living things use oxygen during respiration. Okay, thus helps in replenishing the oxygen used up during respiration. So plants, what do? They replenish the oxygen. They replant the oxygen from in the atmosphere from which we all have taken. Okay, this is very important use of plants. Let's see a few more significance of photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide is given out by living things during respiration. Plants use this carbon dioxide during photosynthesis to make their food. Okay, this we know. Okay, the only natural process that can capture solar energy and change it into chemical energy is photosynthesis. There is no any other way naturally. Okay, although we have solar cells which are doing the same thing, same kind of thing, not same thing, kind of, because they are not producing glucose for us. They can't. No one can. We have not yet developed a machine which can fully replace a plant. So we should definitely take care of our plants. Okay, although we can convert that energy into chemical energy and charge our batteries and then run fans and light up some bulbs, but we can't make our own food till now. Okay, next thing is fossil fuels. Coal, petroleum and natural gas store chemical energy which has been captured by prehistoric plants during the process of photosynthesis. Okay, the chemical energy in the fossil fuels is used by us to meet nearly all our domestic and industrial energy needs. Okay, just like domestic needs means the LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, it also comes from the same fossil fuel. Our buses, our cars, our bikes, all run by petrol and diesel or are from the same fossil fuels. In rural areas, people use coal to make their food, just like we use LPG. In industries also, coals are used to produce steam, and other things are done by burning coal. Railways were also using coal some years ago. Now they are using electricity. Many years they have used diesel engines. Earlier they were using coal engines. Many factories are there which are running on diesel. Big ships, in the carrier ships, big very big ships which are used to carry goods carrying ships, they are also running on diesel. So fossil fuels we are exploiting in as many ways as we can. No regret about it. The entire plant body is formed of the product of sorry the entire plant body is formed of the products of photosynthesis. Okay, because photosynthesis is the ultimate source of energy. Okay, and everything is made up of energy. Without energy, new cells can't be made. So everywhere, the all parts of the plants are made up of cells, and hence it is all made up of photosynthesis. Okay, products of photosynthesis. We use several things such as natural fiber, drugs, vitamins, gums, and tannins, per, perpentine, and furniture. Turpentine. Okay, turpentine is a kind of oil which is. I'm sorry, I read it turpentine. I think I'm little bit dizzy right now. So, turpentine is a kind of oil which is used in painting purposes, for making the paint little bit thinner. Okay, as thinners they are used. Okay, turpentines. Drugs, vitamins, gums, tannins are also used in these types of works. Natural fibers. So these things are which we get from plants, and furnitures in our daily life are also made with woods, and some are there. Bent. Have you heard about it? Bent. I don't know what is it called in English right now, but in Hindi it is called bent ka furniture. Okay, it is some kind of woods which can be bent just like iron when heated, and then they are very stiff. I have a sofa at my home. I wish I could show that right now, but I can't because the gates are closed. It's night. These are actually derived from the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so plants and I'm very sure gates and wooden articles, many things, dear my dear students, everything and all the things. Earlier people were living in the houses made up of all wood, nothing else. Okay, so plants are very important. Photosynthesis is plant. If you have to learn anything really important from this chapter, learn this. Respect plants. Okay, love them. Just like we love and respect other animals and human beings, we should definitely respect and love plants, and maintain them, help them grow and survive together, because without them we can't survive a day on this planet, trust me, not even a minute, because they are producing oxygen. Okay, we can't survive without oxygen a single minute. So they are very important for us, just like gods, more than gods, I would say. So love plants, respect plants, take care of yourself, your family members, and if you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. I would love to solve them all. Thank you very much.